What's going on, everybody? Rob here, aka Trave2323, TREV2323. Well, it is October 10th, I think, right now, and it's the end of the season. So I have the boat right here at the marina. I did a little video about pulling the boat out, and I showed with the VS721 that it wiped right off the algae. But as you can see, the algae is dry now. The algae is so dry right here. Look at it, completely dry like concrete. So before I go ahead and pressure wash this off, I'm gonna go ahead and foam it and let the foam stick in there really good, because when you foam it, it'll rehydrate that algae and it won't it'll be easier to get off with a pressure washer. Now it's VS721, so it'll come off easier with the pressure washer. Comes off easier if you're in the water wiping it down. Comes off so easy. But now I got to rehydrate that, so I'm gonna use my foamer right here, and I'm gonna use some car wash, griots car wash. Now I swear by Dawn. I use Dawn. I have two foamers, one for Dawn and one for car wash wax. So since I use this and I wax this, I'm not going to use the Dawn, because the Dawn will cut the wax off that's on there. So I'm going to use the car wax, foam it with that, and then pressure wash it. Okay, now this is just the foamer. That's all that's on is the foamer, because you want to get as much of this algae saturated as possible. You can see back here, it's got tons of algae on the motor and everything back here. Now this isn't the pressure washing part of it. See this, when it gets wet again, let me show you this. When it gets wet again, damn it. When it gets wet again, then it comes easier to come off again, see? I'm just rubbing it off. So that's why you want it, all that algae completely wet. See this right here? Just washing it by hand. I mean, of course you need a little bit of elbow grease, but look at it. So now we're gonna cut it with the pressure washer. On a 45-degree angle. Try to get the stand over here. Do it right back here. I have the pressure washer on a 45-degree angle, 40-degree angle. It helps so much when you rehydrate that algae. Okay, there we go. I don't know if you can see the difference. Get closer. Bam! See the difference? That's because I waxed it with VS721. Now I did the orange part with griots. I feel it really sticky right here. Nothing right here, nothing right here, but this is where the water line was, so it is a little bit harsher. So I'm gonna need to scrub this some. Do not use a hard scrubby. If you use a hard scrubby, I'm going to tell you this, it's going to go ahead and scratch your paint. So do not use a hard scrubby. I got a microfiber right here, but if it gets too sticky, I'm gonna go ahead and put griots garage on it. But this is a microfiber, it's not even wet. So let me get some soap from back here. Now it's a little bit wet. This is beautiful. I'm gonna have to put some wax on this right here. This line is a little bit hard, sticky. So this is in the sun. This is VS 721 with the pressure washer. Now when it was in the water, I went underneath it and I did some by hand. And look at the difference by hand. Where I wipe by hand, look at where it is. Halfway through the season, I wiped that by hand and look at it. Makes a huge difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep going around the bowl. Let's do the back. We'll do the back. I'll put you in closer. All right. That's VS 721. Here's the motor right here. Then I'm gonna shut you off so I can finish pressure washing. I got a 45-degree angle. Is what I have it on right now. 45-degree angle. In here. All right, well, there you go. Waxing a boat with VS721 really does save you a lot of pain when the boat's out the water. Now I'm gonna get all the algae off with this, then wash it by hand with wash and wax, and then wax again before the end of the season. All right. Okay, the trouble I'm having is with the water line. Now I want to get it off every year because it'll get harder every year. It's harder to get off every year. So you see I got some of the water line off right here, and the water line is still right here. It's sticky, it's stickier, but that's the water line. So I've been using my hand soap to do the whole rest of the boat. That's all done, the rest of the boat with my hand soap. And the water line, it's elbow grease. That water line is elbow grease, and best to show is what I'm trying to get that out of. So I'm just putting some best to show in there, and I'm using kind of my microfiber, a little bit of my nail, and best to show wax to get that hard water line off. I know there's acids that you could put on there, but this boat has not had any acids on it at all. This has been all washed VS721 and griots wax, and it's just elbow grease. You see the elbow grease I'm using, and it's cutting it off. It's getting right through there, but I'm sweating my butt off right now. So I got enough time in the end of the season to get this whole water line off, and then waxed really good, and then shrink wrapped. And even though you shrink wrap it, it's still gonna have like little streaks on, and it looks like it's in the paint, but when you wash and wax it, those streaks will wash right out. So everything else is done perfect, like brand new, except the water line. See? So right now I'm hand doing the water line right there. I'm washing it, pressure washed it, washing it with wash and wax, getting the water line out. And if I didn't get the water line out today, at least get the algae off the boat today. Okay, so I'm under the boat. I'm washing the boat, I'm washing the boat, I'm washing the boat, I'm washing the boat. Without VS721, I wouldn't be able to just pressure wash the boat. Look how dirty that is. Horrible, just horrible. The VS721. Underneath, since I couldn't really reach too far, I switched to the 25 pressure washer thingy, and I've been cutting it with the 25 pressure washer thingy just because I couldn't reach. I'm gonna go ahead and have to get that hard water line out. Let's go to this side right here. I see that right there, right? Underneath there, I don't know if you can see with the sun, where the sun is hitting. Pretty amazing. Sweating my butt off, but right now I'm just getting the my main concern is getting the algae off. Once it dries, it's really hard. Like I said, I foamed it. The hard water line is going to be hard to get off. You got to use elbow grease for that. It's after season. It's gonna sit out here shrink wrapped. It gotta be washed and waxed. If it's not washed and waxed, your paint's gonna fade, and I don't want that orange to fade. All right, talk to you later. Subscribe, like, and share. VS721 works.